We're going to talk today about how we can build a process to be more successful as salespeople. My experience in 37 years of selling real estate is that most salespeople, or many salespeople, sell by accident. They're at the right place at the right time. Sometimes that's the right question, and they get the sale. Not many people in sales have an actual process they use to become more successful. And that's what we're going to talk about here today because everyone in sales is looking for the silver bullet or the magic bullet, that one line, that one campaign, that one technique that's going to set you apart from all the competitors in your marketplace. And I'm not sure there is a silver bullet. Then again, maybe there is. It was about a year ago that I was out in Seattle. I was out there for a conference, and I had lost all my luggage. I was walking all around the town, buying new suits and shirts and everything I needed to keep myself in business for the next couple of days. And the last thing on my list was shoes, and I was dreading buying new shoes because my feet are so big, they're hard to find, they're never comfortable. So the shoes I had on were the ones I wore traveling out there, and they were my traveling shoes, all scuffed up in a mess. And all of a sudden, through the din of the city noise, I could hear a man yelling down the sidewalk. He was saying, "Shine! Shine!" As I drew closer, I saw this guy on the side of the road sitting there with all of his shoe shine equipment all neatly lined up. And I was real excited because I thought, here's my hope, here's my salvation. I don't need to get new shoes after all. I'll just have this guy clean them up because, there's nothing I like more than having my shoes shined while my feet are still in them. So up my feet went onto the thing, and he started doing his work. And he proceeded to tell me about what he was doing. He said, "Yeah, I've been here in this corner for 30 years shining shoes, and I'm going to begin by getting these shoes cleaned up. Man, they are an awful mess." So he cleaned up my shoes, and then he said, "No, the first thing I'm going to do is I get this black stuff here, and I'm going to go all around the edges of your soles and make them look just like new. This little black edge here, look, I get this all brand new, looking just like they came out of the store. Next thing I got to do is clean them off with this Cadillac oil. Yeah, it's called Cadillac oil. Cadillac because it's the best oil you can find." And he rubbed the oil into my shoes with his hands. The next thing I got to do, sir, is I got to buff these shoes out and brush them off. And now I get the polish. That your shoes look like they're Cordovan. Yeah, Cordovan looks like the color of your shoes. So he goes down to the pile of neatly arranged shoe shine implements next to his stool, and he picks up a can of Cordovan polish. And he puts his bare hands into the polish. He puts his bare hands into the polish and begins to work it into the shoes. He goes, "Yeah, I always use my bare hands to put the polish into the shoe because you can never get the polish in with a cloth or rag. You got to use your bare hands to do a really good job." Then he proceeds to tell me that he's been on this corner for decades, shining shoes to pay for his kids' upbringing and his schooling. He goes, it's expensive bringing up kids, and it's a lot of hard work here shining shoes, but I've been able to raise my kids and pay for everything by shining shoes here in this corner. So about this time, I'm thinking as he's shining my shoes that I probably should have asked him what this guy was going to charge. I should have, because this sounds like it's going to be real expensive shoe shine. And when I finally got to the end of the process and he told me what the cost was, I smiled a little smile of relief, and I gave him quite a bit more than he asked for because he had done such a great job. But the other thing that happened during that shine is I sort of had a revelation. I sort of had a sort of an aha moment because I realized what this shoe shine guy had done was he had turned the process of shining shoes into something we can duplicate for selling anything to anyone, to becoming more successful in our own businesses. Here's a 5-step process he was using. Like me, know me, trust me, pay me, and refer me. Let's look at those one at a time. Like me. He had a friendly and attractive demeanor. He looked like a shoe shine guy. He had a big smile, and his voice, he should have been in a choir or a singer because his voice was so welcoming, so attention getting, so at ease putting. So I was thrilled to go over and put my foot up on his shoe shine stool because you just couldn't help but like this guy when you met him on the street corner. Next was know me. I got to know him because he told me all about his years on that corner shining shoes and how he had been able to raise his kids from shining shoes and the money he made shining shoes in this corner. So I felt like I got to know him through the process. Trust me. Let me ask you this question. What can you do? What more could you possibly do to engender trust that you take your bare hands, put them in a can of Cordovan shoe polish, and work them in to the leather of your shoes? There's just no better way to engender trust, and that's what he did. He got me to trust him. Next was pay me. By having a process And he follows the same process with every shine he does, and bringing value to the process. He caused me to want to pay him more than the going rate for a shoe shine. He made my shoes look like new, but more importantly, he had decommoditized the shoe shine business. And that's what we need to do in our businesses is not become commodities, because that's how we get paid more, or at least become paid what we are worth. And the last thing is refer me. Now here it is a year after my shoe shine, just about a year after my shoe shine, and everywhere I go, I'm giving this talk and I'm telling people about the Seattle Shoe Shine Guide. Do you possibly think that anyone I talk to who goes to Seattle won't be looking for this shoe shine guide? So let's look and see how we can apply this to our business. First of all, skipping steps. He didn't skip any steps. He shines shoes all day long. He never skips a step, because who skips steps? Is it the used car salesperson who goes right to the close within 30 seconds after you walk onto the used car lot? That's the quintessential stereotypical used car salesperson. Is it the door-to-door person that we used to have in years gone by, who would knock on the door and try to sell you brushes or vacuum cleaners or encyclopedias? Again, going right to the close without following a process. I mean, salespeople who skip steps in the process are the ones who get a bad reputation. Some store owners, you walk in the store and they're trying to close you before they even know what your wants, needs, and desires actually are. You know, we can't skip steps if we want to be successful in business. We have to think of our sales process almost like performance art and follow each and every step in the process. Let's take them one at a time. Like me. You know, I'm probably the last person to be teaching a class on like me. So if you're having trouble with this aspect of your business career, my suggestion is to go take a Dale Carnegie class, but just learn how to smile, learn how to be welcoming, learn how to be genuine, and people will generally like you. But I'm not going to teach you how to get people to like you. That's another whole seminar. But it's important. People do need to like you to do business with you. Number two is people have to know who you are. You need to show some vulnerability. You need to show integrity and understand, again, that the sales process is a performance art or even a ritual. And the way to get to know people or have them get to know you is to tell them a little bit about yourself. The shoe shine guy was telling me about his years on the corner and how hard he works and how expensive it is to raise kids on the money that a shoe shine guy makes. It showed some vulnerability, and it made me feel like I knew him a little better. Next, of course, is trust me. And this is absolutely the most important part of the sales process. Trust me, because no one's going to deal with you if they don't trust you. And you can build trust by providing information. You can be the source of information about whatever business or product it is that you are providing to your client base. You can do that with reports. You can do that with newsletters or targeted promotional materials. But building trust, having integrity, is the most important of the 5 steps, if you ask me. Next is to pay me. And again, the whole idea here is to not be a commodity. You know, in my business, real estate, a lot of real estate agents are looked at as a commodity. We have our 5-step marketing program looks something like, you know, put a sign in the yard, put an ad in the paper, put the house in MLS, pat the seller on the back, and pray that it will sell. And that's a process, yes, but it's not really going to work. It's not going to add value, and it's not going to decommoditize you. If you want to get paid what you're worth, if you want to get paid more than other people in your same field, you need to bring more value. And the greatest way you can bring more value is by following this process that we're outlining here today. Number 5 is, of course, refer me. Understand that a new customer costs 10 times more than an existing customer. And the fastest way to build your business, the most cost-effective way to build your business, is through referrals, by giving great service. And the way you give great service is understanding that the sales process is a performance. It is a multi-step process. And if you follow the steps in order, take your time with each step, and make sure that people are there with you, that is the fastest and the most effective way to build your customer base. It's not a magic bullet, but it does work. So everything here together, just to sort of process this, is that you have to understand that every move you make, every breath you take, has to reflect the quality of the service and the product that you provide. Whether it's a front window in your store or the dressing rooms in your store, whether it's your marketing materials or your website, everything you do has to be a little bit better and a little bit different than what everyone else does. And then remember, as we close here, to use the process. Like me, know me, trust me, pay me, refer me. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. I hope you'll put this process to work in your own business. And I hope you feel free to visit my website, jackcotton.com, to get more information about my books, my coaching and my seminars. In the meantime, make it a great day.